Hey everyone, welcome back to A History of Horror. If you haven't noticed by now, I've been talking about the Cold War a lot lately. There's a simple reason for this. Nearly everything that occurred during the 20th century happened as a direct result of World War II and its impact. Military action, civil rights, suicide cults, and even the counterculture movement all stem from this new polarized world. So it's fitting that the horror genre would take its cues from there as well. This of course brings us to The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, directed by Don Siegel in 1956. Out of all the B-movies that came out in the 50s, this is one of the few that has gained respect. That's because instead of going for cheap special effects, the producers opted for a more serious tone that focused on character development. Kevin McCarthy plays Dr. Miles Bennell, a physician living in the fictitious Santa Mira, California, the typical John Q. American town. Alien forces are taking over by laying plant pods that hatch into replicas of actual people living in the town. The changes are all subtle and at first unbelievable. We see citizens making cases to the authorities that their loved ones aren't the same people.
There is no difference you can actually see. He looks, sounds, acts, and remembers like Uncle Ira.
Then he is your Uncle Ira. Can't you see that? No matter how you feel, he is.
But he isn't. There's something missing.
Dr. Bennell believes that it's mass hysteria, as spouses cry out for help and children are afraid to go home to their parents.
He's got the crazy idea she isn't his mother.
She isn't! Don't let her get me!
But soon, however, he realizes that the stories are all true, and now it becomes a race to save the town. I'm still not sure how it works exactly. Replicas are born out of these plant pods, and they somehow take over the real person while they sleep. They don't go into detail about how the two beings merge into one, so I'm going to assume that one of them gets killed off somehow. The alien replicas don't show any differences, other than being void of all emotions. Two metaphors can be linked to Invasion of the Body Snatchers. On one side, you have a commentary on conforming to the social standards of the 50s, but I think that most people saw it as an allegory for a communist takeover. In this scenario, people are replaced by cult-like figures, void of cherished American values. And if these people had no emotions or empathy, what would stop them from hurting your neighbors, or dropping the bomb? Don Siegel stated many times that he wasn't attempting to make a political film, but rather a statement on the lack of human feeling and sense of distress that existed at the time. In the 1950s, Senator Joseph McCarthy had convinced millions of people to think twice about their neighbors and become hypersensitive over who could be a communist. Reputations and careers were ruined as a result, especially for those in the liberal media. Going after McCarthy directly would have been suicide, so many opted to criticize him through more creative means. The Witch Hunt, as it would be called, would be the key inspiration for The Crucible, a play written by Arthur Miller in 1953. Regardless of what Siegel was trying to do with this film, Invasion of the Body Snatchers ended up being recognized for its undertones anyhow, and is still considered a political piece today. Well, that's all for now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can do so by clicking the link below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a couple weeks.